Morning University Bible Church. It's Thursday, May 7th, and the psalm for today is Psalm 51. This is a great psalm to mark and remember at times when you feel the guilt and weight of your sin, because it's a time when David very appropriately was feeling the guilt of his sin. And it tells us that this was when Nathan the prophet had gone to him after he had taken another man's wife, and so he had sinned by sleeping with another man's wife, with Bathsheba, and then he had essentially had that man killed. And so it was a time of great guilt, and he was convicted after he was confronted, though, and he in this psalm calls out to God for mercy. He asks God to wash him from his iniquity. Verse 3 says, I know my transgressions, and my sin is ever before me. And maybe you have times like that where you feel like your sin is just so vivid before your face, and it grieves your heart. David recognizes in verse 4 that he needs to not minimize his sin. He says, against you only have I sinned and done what is evil in your sight. Of course he'd sinned against Bathsheba and against Bathsheba's husband Uriah. But what he recognizes is that every sin is first against God, and it was a sign of his repentance to call it that. He asks God in verse 7 to purge him, to wash him. Hide your face from my sins, he says in verse 9. Verse 10, create in me a clean heart. All these images of forgiveness. And he recognizes in verse 17 that what he needs is a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart. Not mere sacrifices, earthly sacrifices, but a sacrifice of a broken spirit. And friends, it's the same thing we need to do when we're confronted with our own sin, when we feel the guilt of it, whether it's something from 20 years ago or 20 minutes ago. We confess it, and God is so faithful to forgive. Well, God bless. Have a great day.